Hey y'all. So I just wanted to talk to y'all for real. So this is about my crispy kale chips. Um First time I made them turned out amazing, right? So I decided I wanted to be like Jacques Pepin and get this thing here. This is the cooling rack to put in my on my cookie sheet thing pan. I got that to put on my pan. And I thought, oh, this is great because you know, the air will circulate and it's gonna be crispy faster, and it's only gonna be like, this 30 minutes, 35 minutes, to make my crispy kale chips. Okay. So it was a disaster. I just want you to know it was a disaster. This here does not work with chopped kale. Does not work with chopped kale. It was such a nightmare. All the leaves were wrapped around every square of this cooling rack. So it was a disaster. And the other thing you don't want to do if you get the bag, because I thought, oh, I'm going to do the whole bag. It was delicious. I'm going to do the whole bag. I'm going to pile it up. Jacques Pepin, so you can pile it up. Let me tell you, it did not work. Okay, he said what he did was he had big leaves and he had 8 ounces. Okay, so the bag at Aldi is 12 ounces. So I'm thinking 4 ounces, that's not that much more. No. Leafy greens, leaves, 1 ounce is 1 cup. Okay? So 4 more ounces is 4 more cups. So I needed 2 pans, not 1 pan. I cooked it on this rack. I used this rack on my same cookie sheet I used last time. Piled it up. I kept putting it back in the oven. Even after like an hour, all the leaves, I even moved them around. I could not get them to crisp up all the way. So the next day I put it away. The next day I went back and put it on my cookie sheet with my parchment paper like I did before, and they came out perfect in 10 minutes. So I just want you to know, if you're trying to be fancy, if you're gonna get the chopped kale from Aldi, the cooling rack does not work. If you're trying to do the whole bag, you're gonna need multiple pans, or you're just gonna have to do multiple batches. Oh, and the other thing, when I tried to shake it up in the whole bag, if I use the whole bag and I tried to do the same recipe and everything, I used like another tablespoon of oil, but I used the same amount of salt and garlic powder. I couldn't barely shake it because it was so much. It was so full. So in hindsight, what I think I would do is use portion out. So as I'm putting the leaves back in the bag, only put half the leaves in the bag, and then put half the oil and half the salt and half the onion powder, and then shake that up, and then put it on the pan with the parchment paper, not on the cooling rack, and then have an additional pan to do the same thing over again, and then fit whatever else I can fit on that pan, and then have an additional pan with parchment paper and put the rest of the kale on that, because it was hard to shake it up in the bag. It was a nightmare on the cooling rack, and it did not cook all the way. So I just want to share my disaster, share what did not work, so you won't think you're going to be fancy and do the same thing. If you get the big kale leaves, hey, have at it on the cooling rack, have at it, but it does not work. The chopped kale does not work on the cooling rack. So yeah, lesson learned. All right. Thanks for tuning in to another one of Mara's tips, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.